Welcome to this skill builder on IT basics. In this session, we'll be focusing on the Windows operating system and focusing on folders and file structure. Much of your work at university is going to take place on a computer. This will involve a huge number of tasks in word processing, so using Microsoft Office and Microsoft Word in order to be able to produce essays or research projects, analyzing data and describing data, perhaps in Excel, using it for research purposes, so using the web and library resources in order to find out information to help you in your assignments, emailing your tutors, emailing fellow students, and saving and storing important information either related to your course or to the wider administration of your time at the university. Whilst this course does not put in place any prerequisites in terms of understanding and having familiarity with other devices such as tablets and phones, there are differences between the way you will use computers at university and other devices you may have familiarity with. Some of the key ones here are file storage, file formats, and the range of applications that are available to you. At its simplest, the computer needs to provide a way for us to access the data that is stored on it in a way that makes sense to us. So at the bottom we have the hardware, that's the physical computer itself, the box sitting on the desk. From that we have an operating system. In the case of this session we're talking primarily about Windows, but this could also be the Mac operating system, iOS, Linux, or any number variety of others. On top of this operating system is then a windowing system, and this gives us access to the applications or programs that we want to use. This might be a photo editor, stats software, Word for writing essays or other documents, file explorers, or internet browsers. And then you, as the user at the top, interact with those programs. Primarily today, we're going to be focusing on the File Explorer. Once you have booted up the computer and logged in, you're going to be faced with a screen not dissimilar to this. Yours may vary, the icons on the left may be slightly different, and the icons in the bar at the bottom may be slightly different too, but ultimately it will look something along these lines. What we're going to look at primarily now is the File Explorer. That's this little folder icon at the bottom. If we click that, that will open a screen similar to this. Whilst again there may be some variance in terms of the icons on the left hand side, the icons on the middle, or even those icons in that ribbon up at the top, broadly speaking it will open up a folder similar to this. We have a series of options of different folders we can double click on in the center, items we can click on once in the ribbon on the left, and options for how we can change our view or add different things in the ribbon at the top. Primarily the one we're going to be focusing on today in terms of the way that your university work is structured is the Documents folder here. This might be where you decide to store important key files such as your essays or PDF files that you're looking at in order to be able to do your research. If we think about the file storage system like a main road, this is effectively our main junction. We're then going to choose one of these roads to go down. So in this case, let's double click on the Documents icon. Now that we've double clicked into this folder, we can see we have a series of options available to us. On the left hand side, we have more files. We can see that that's surrounded by a folder icon, which means that that's a further folder we can go into, almost like a further road we could go down, a smaller side road. We also have a number of options here in terms of files we can click on. We've got an Excel spreadsheet, a PDF, a PowerPoint presentation, and a Word document. As you can see, these icons have different pictures above them. This means that Windows has already identified the particular program that it would need to use in order to open said file. So if we double clicked on any of those files, it would automatically open the Excel spreadsheet in Excel, the PDF in the PDF reader that we had installed on the computer, the PowerPoint presentation in PowerPoint, and the Word document in Word. So in terms of different file types, these four Windows automatically understands and will open the file on the correct program that you require. This will be the case for 90% plus of all of the files that you have on the computer. In this folder here, More Files, as noted, we can click on this and go further down and further organize the files that we have. So if we click into this, we can see here that we have a folder here called Module 1 and a folder here called Module 2. These are new folders that we've created within this folder in order to further organize the files that we have. You can see here as well these dialog boxes in the middle. We can access these by right-clicking into the open space within the folder, waiting for the first dialog box to pop up, hovering down over the word New, and then once this other dialog box is produced, we can click the word Folder. This will produce a new folder within this folder. We can also click New Folder at the top there and the ribbon in the center in order to perform the same action. We can then choose to rename that folder anything that we wish. Once the folder's been created, it will give us the option straight away to name that whatever we'd like. We can then organize our files for different modules or for different tasks into different folders to keep them organized. Thank you very much for watching this session, and I hope it's been useful in explaining to you file types and folder systems that we might use within Windows to help better organize and find the work that we have put on it. If you have any further questions, please feel free to email or be in touch with us via any means in order that we can book an appointment with you and discuss this on a one-to-one basis if required. Thank you very much for watching.